Okay, we have a question about the vertex form. Okay, so the vertex form of a quadratic function. Now, this is in the context, and your question was in the context of, okay, you're given a parabola or a quadratic function in general form, ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay? You know how to find the vertex. Everybody's doing pretty well with that. You use the quadratic formula to find the zero as the vertex. You find the y-intercept, you can graph it. Okay? I'm assuming everybody can do that because I think I've seen everybody doing that pretty effectively. And especially since it's on the test we just took. Okay? What's its vertex form? Okay? Well, the vertex form is and decide whether to write a t or an x. Look what happened. Okay, f of x equals write it as a times x minus h quantity squared plus k. Okay? Now let's just take an example. Okay? Okay, y equals 2 times quantity x minus 3 squared minus 5. Okay? I'm going to make a table for this function. Okay? Because we can do that, and we understand tables pretty well. It's not generally the way you want to graph a function. You want to graph it by transformations, if possible. And we can see, if we understand transformations, that this takes the x squared function, the x squared graph, vertically stretches it by a factor of 2, but vertical stretch is something people still have trouble with. Horizontally shifts it 3 units. We know how to do that. People are doing well with horizontal and vertical shifts. Okay? But it shifts it 3 units to the right and lowers it, shifts it 5 units down. Okay? You read that off of the form. Okay? So we want to kind of see how that works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the value that makes this 0. Okay? Now what value of x will make this factor here 0? If I want x minus 3 squared to be 0, what does x have to be? 3, right? So I'm going to use x equals 3. Okay? And then I'm going to go three and a half, 4, 5, 2 and a half, 1, 0. Okay? Now I labeled this as y because I didn't see what I was going to do. I want to do x minus 3 squared. Okay? Well, you know what x minus 3 squared is? It's 4, 1, 1/4, 0, 1/4, 1, 4. Those numbers look familiar? It's numbers you get if you use -2, -1, -1/2, 0, 1/2, 2, 1/2, 1, 2 for x squared, right? Okay? Now you can figure these out. I mean, you know, if x is 3, 3 minus 3 squared is 0, right? Because 3 minus 3 is 0. If x is 4, well then x minus 3 is 1, and you square 1, you're going to get 1, right? And then 5 minus 3 is 2, and it's going to give you 4. Okay? And so on for the others. You know, 3 and a half minus 3 is 1/2. 1/2 squared is 1/4. Okay? Okay, so Then we can do 2 times x minus 3 squared. Okay? And that gives us 8, 2, 1/2, 0, 1/2, 2, 8. Okay? And then we could do 2 times x minus 3 squared minus 5, which is going to give us 3 minus 3, no, yeah, 2 minus 5 is, okay, minus 4.5, minus 5, minus 4.5, minus 3, 3. Okay? We're just taking these numbers down 5 units. Okay? That makes sense? Well, by doing this, the main thing I was going to show, but I decided to do step by step here because there's something else we can see. But right now, the question is, why do we call this the vertex form? Well, if you look at these numbers, it's clear that when x equals 3, which is what gives you the 0 for this thing, you're going to get the lowest number you can. Okay? Because, of course, all these numbers are positive except this one, which is 0. Okay? So this has to be the vertex. This is the lowest point on the graph. Okay? So, okay, and now when we look at a function in vertex form, all we have to do is say, well, what value of x makes this 0? That's going to give us the vertex. Okay? So when you look at the vertex form, again, you just let x be whatever it takes to make this 0, and you know, that's going to make this whole thing 0. So this number is going to be your y-coordinate or vertex, right? Okay? The y-coordinate of the vertex is nk. All right? Now let's kind of test that. Let's take this thing. I didn't write out the distributive law that we used to square this. But again, I've seen y'all do this right, and I've seen most of the actual class do it right pretty reliably, okay? So I kind of trust you to be able to square that using the distributive law. And if I did my arithmetic right, that's 2x squared minus 12x plus 23. Okay? So, $144 minus 92 is 52. Square root of 52 is about 7.2. And 12 plus 7.2 is 19.2. That's going to give us like 4.8. Or subtract 7.2, be careful, it's 4.8. I think we get 4.8 or 1.2. And that checks out with the axis of symmetry. Which is at x equals 3. And the y-coordinate of the vertex would be f of 3, if this is the f of x function. Write it that way. Plug 3 in for x. Okay? And we get 9 and minus 36, which is negative 27. Uh-oh. And 23. I must have done something wrong with my arithmetic. Oh, man. First place, this is negative 5, I did plus 5. Well, okay, I'm going to just put plus 5. I should still get plus 5 here. 18 minus 36 is negative, yeah. And that equals 5. Now, this was supposed to agree with what I got down here, but it doesn't because I put a plus there instead of a minus. Rather than going through and fixing all of it, can you fix it? Do this. We'll put the minus 5 in there and see what you get.